Okay, thank you, Ayush. Thank you so much for joining this conversation, the talk show, which is extreme gratitude. And I'm grateful to you for joining this show on a very short notice. And special thanks on because on the first conversation itself, you got agreed to share your knowledge and experiences. So yes, and based on whatever I have seen your Instagram profile, I see that you are really passionate about what you are doing, and of course you love what you are doing. So that is very special thing, and I think you are lucky in a way कि आप जो जो अच्छा लगता है उसका काम करने को आपको मिल रहा है. So yes, I welcome you on this show, Ayush. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Advait, and thank you for considering that I could help in certain way or put light to some of the issues
Yes.
or any basic information about animals and in particularly dogs. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you, Ayush. Okay, Ayush, so before we dive into dogs and how they work, would like to understand about you. What is your background, your childhood? What is your education and your journey till date? If you could explain.
Sure.
Yeah.
So my name is Ayush. I am a dog behaviorist, like you said. I have done my MBA in business analytics and marketing. So I've been working with a corporate for last almost 5 years.
Okay.
So that's my career job or professional job, you can say. And from last 8 to 9 years, I have been working with animals. So I always felt that if you love animals, you should help them.
Okay.
But it all starts with a kid that we like animals, we are scared of animals. As many people, I was very scared of animals. I am not ashamed to say that. So it started with a liking, and then I decided from 2017 or 2016 that some animals need our help. So I started learning about animals. I started with wildlife.
Okay.
So been 8-9 years, and last 2-3 years professionally I have been working with dogs.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
In fact, I am also like that. Sorry if I'm interrupting you, but I am also not so much. I don't like pets. I don't like
It's
dogs
okay.
and
Yeah.
all. But that's why I'm going to ask you some questions about what is it that I need to change my perception of the animals. So,
Yes.
but yes, I would. Yeah, please continue. You're saying something. Yeah.
Yes. So if I can introduce myself, I'll just say that I love animals. Everything else is secondary. Whatever help, whatever work I have been doing, but the first basic aim was always to help animals. And I feel blessed that I could work with wildlife and now pet owners and helping them gain little control over their pets. So
Okay.
yeah, this is the basic which I would like to tell about myself.
Sure, Ayush. Now, you mentioned that if you at least like animals and pets, then you should love them, right? So just want to understand because as you said, in your childhood you did not like animals and all, but then I believe something happened, and that's how you got interested so much into this. So what was that thing that changed your perception?
Yes. So as a kid, there was a lot of curiosity for animals, but I never touched dogs. So as a kid, no one told me, my parents or my grandparents or my relatives, they always felt that animals will injure kids. So I always had a notion that if I touch animals, they will bite.
Yes.
Okay, so there was no person to just push me that animals can be very helpful. They can teach you a lot of things. But unfortunately, there was a liking for animals, but there was a fear.
Right.
Okay, so that fear as a kid, that curiosity had to go somewhere. So I started watching Animal Planet, National Geographic, Discovery. As a kid, I was never into cartoons.
Okay.
I tell my mom, dad, even my mom, dad, they tell me that akhi life animals ne joya kare છે.
Okay.
Okay, so if we are watching, if we are having dinner, if we are having lunch, if I am having lunch or dinner with them, I'll switch the channel to National Geographic or Animal Planet.
Okay.
So I feel that basically that was the first sign that I love animals, but still I was not, I was very scared, but I loved animals.
Oh, good.
That was,
yeah.
Yes.
So that was, it's a good
please.
thing. It's a good distinction that you just made, okay. There might be many people, because I'm also one of those person, like I like some animals, like to explore about them, not too much, but yes. But then there is of course a fear, like even dogs. My friends have, like friend has one pet, dog, but I don't like to, like touch it, or like I get scared. So the fear can be, it can be converted into at least liking. So yes, we'll come to know about this, and we'll I'll ask you questions ki how to turn around this thing. Okay, good. And then so, and you also mentioned, Aayush, ki, there are things to learn from dogs. So I'll ask you, so what is it that you can learn from dogs? We have learned, in theory in schools, ki dogs are, loyal friends, and they're the best friends and all these things. What is it that we can learn from dogs?
Yes, so one basic thing which I have learned over the years is living in the moment. कल क्या हुआ था, कल क्या होगा, that is not relevant for them. They live in the moment. So if they are getting happy or excited, they'll continue to be happy and excited if they see their pet owners or new people or anyone. If they are getting aggressive, they will finish with an aggression, a bite or a bark. So what I have learned is, whatever task you're doing in life, just do it as it is the last time you are doing it. So you enjoy it, number one. You give full faith, full energy, full effort for that task. That is secondly. And third is, once that task is done, you are normal. It's okay. You can be happy, but life does not end with good or bad. Dogs teach us that to live in the moment, not to worry much. We as humans, we worry a lot. कि हमारा ये month कैसा होगा? Will we buy that thing? Will we go out and eat? But we skip the little things in life. Like just now I had amazing dinner. So I should be happy. But what we do is, we are not satisfied. Dogs, I have seen, the content and the happiness quotient is very high. That's why they live less.
Achha.
They enjoy every day. So just the second point, what I have learned from dogs is to give. So they say that the dog is the only thing on the earth which loves others more than itself. Okay, so the dog is always giving, and it's one of the most blessed species to mankind. We should be lucky we know dogs. Yes, so these are the two basic things which I love about dogs.
Okay, so now I'm coming back to the first point. You mentioned that, okay, when they are happy, they are really happy. When they are sad, or they are angry, they bark or bite. What are your experiences? Like, how did you come to this belief that, okay, they are like this?
Yes. Keeping knowing a dog, and just having many people had, even I had a common notion about dogs. That a dog will do this, a dog will do that, a dog will do this in this situation. But there are certain circumstances where a dog behaves in a particular way. So being a dog behaviorist, I always tell my clients, I always tell the people I meet, that it's always a joining of dots which leads to a certain behavior. A Rottweiler will bite, a Labrador will be very friendly. This is a wrong notion.
Okay.
A Rottweiler can be highly friendly, a Labrador can be very aggressive.
Acha.
So what behavior I have observed in dogs is it depends on the environment. It's
Mm-hmm.
how you keep the dog,
Mm-hmm.
what warmth and what love you give the dog. It's not
Mm-hmm.
how much money or how luxury you give to your pets or how much care do you keep your pets with,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like keeping them with a child
Mm-hmm.
and giving them all the freedom, all the respect, and all the love. So certain behavior traits, I am sure many of the pet owners might agree with me,
Mm-hmm.
but no dog is same.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to experience it, and that
Mm-hmm.
only comes when you spend time with an animal.
Mm. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Probably because you have a lot of experience, staying with dogs, and um, based on those behaviors, you are coming to this conclusion that they are
Yeah.
like this, and okay. And
Yes.
the second point you mentioned, they sacrifice themselves for their owners, or uh, I have seen that in film. Okay.
Yes.
But again, my question would be, how did you come to that conclusion? How have you seen some experiences, or if you could tell us about that? Yeah.
Sure. So I'll tell you about my best friend Leo.
Uh-huh.
So the one in my pictures, the dog which changed my life.
Uh-huh.
I knew him for almost 10 to 11 years.
Uh-huh.
So I always tell about him.
Hmm.
He was a special dog. So whenever he was my neighbor's dog. Whenever I used to go to meet him,
Mm-hmm.
before 100 meters or before like 150 meters, even if my vehicle sound is not heard, he will start barking.
Hmm.
And the people inside the house, they'll feel that who has come and why is he directly switching to a hyper behavior or getting so much happy. No one is at the door, no one has ring the bell.
Hmm.
But that sixth sense and that warmth, that magic, uh,
Hmm.
I have felt it. That
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how we came to know. So that was one instance. Whenever used to go to meet him, he used to know that I am coming, and he would give his typical bark, which I could listen from 50, 100 meters away. That
Hmm.
okay, he knows that I am here, and
Mm-hmm.
that is something I don't. It's beyond magic, I feel,
Understanding.
and
Yeah.
that's just special love. And
Hmm.
there are certain instances, even many of my pet parents tell me that if they are not well, if
Hmm.
they are having a bad day,
Hmm.
even if I go to meet or train certain dogs, if I
Hmm.
am having a bad day at, let's say, work or in my personal life,
Hmm.
that pet reacts differently. They come
Hmm.
to know that how is your energy, and
Hmm.
many a times I have seen that many dogs have been very gentle on that particular days.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is another instance, and thirdly, there is a recent whichever people I have met, pregnant females, they have told me that our dog is being extra careful with us. He's not jumping, he's taking care of us, he's not coming too close to the baby, in fact. So that thing is there in dogs. It can be any male dog or a female dog, but they have that sensitivity quotient.
Hmm. Okay.
So this is the magic of dogs, which I have been listening and I have been seeing for last many years, and I
Mm-hmm.
wish to embrace it. That
Of course, yes, yes, yes.
yes,
And Ayush, you mentioned about like, because dogs are living in the present moment, and
yes,
you mentioned that because of that reason they are living less. Why
yeah,
do you say that? Like, don't you think, like, I mean, I'm just trying to, I'm not going to argument more, but I'm saying if they are in the present moment, they probably live longer, right? So I didn't
yes,
understand exactly your connection that you just said, about this. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yes. So dogs as species,
Mm-hmm.
they live less. So they say that X number of human years is one year for a one human year equals to, let's say, 7 or 8 human years.
Mm-hmm.
It's They say that, but the reason is dogs don't they worry less, they live more. For
Mm-hmm.
humans, we worry more, we don't live every day. What happens today, we are in constant stress. Okay, today we have this targets to achieve. We have this task to complete. We have this people to meet. But many a times we skip, for us, we take things for granted. Like a cup of coffee. We don't enjoy it because we are in a hurry. Dogs, they look up to everything. They live each day. They love more. They offer love more. They give their loyalty to their family, and that is unmatched loyalty. So that I feel there is a reason they live less. Not I don't feel that biologically as species they live less, but they are living more.
Right, I got it. Now I get it. Yes.
So I don't want to go in any philosophy or that part, but this is the basic difference between us.
Right.
We worry a lot.
Right. Yeah. No, right. Absolutely. And probably one of the thing that I have heard about, dogs, why they live less is because, because they breathe very fast, they're so fast that, their inhale and exhale is probably so much faster than human beings. That's why, that's the reason. And probably, tortoise live longer because they breathe very, slow and all.
Yeah.
Is it the scientific reason is this? Is it correct?
Yes. So many of the punched face dogs, even in dogs, so the bigger breeds and the smaller breeds, there is a huge difference between the snout. So the smaller the snout, the more chances of the pet breathing in more, and there are more diseases because they have a snout face. And it has observed that it is many a times related to the age factor also. I'm not going in the medical or the anatomy of it, but yeah, this is a reason for that. Dogs as species, like lions, stay up to, it has been documented, they live maximum to 15 to 18 years. Same goes for dogs. So felines and dogs, they come from similar age categories. So the wolves, when domesticated, become the dog. So they are wild animals, but they are domesticated. So due to that genetically change, there are many diseases. There are many human-borne diseases. The food has changed. The lifestyle has changed. So pet dogs, their age has been affected due to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, wow, I haven't heard that. Okay, nice. And how do the dogs show? You mentioned about love and care,
Yes. Yeah.
How do they show the feeling of gratitude to their owners or people?
Yes. Very good question. So number one is the basic sign. Dogs love attention. So they always look up to someone. They are always following the best person in the house. Their main purpose in life is to follow. So even when they are in wild, they'll follow their pack leader. They say, you must have heard this word many a times, be the pack leader, be the pack leader. But whenever they come inside the house, when they are domesticated, they follow the family members which have similar energies, which is the best energy of the dog. So how they show love is by number one is obedience. They try to listen to everything. They try to respect it. Showing respect is also love. Even with humans, when we love someone, we respect them, or vice versa. Same way dogs do that. How dogs show love is they ask the owner to touch. They turn on the bellies. If you have observed, many dogs they turn their bodies in a submissive position. So that is level 3 of love, because they are very comfortable with the human. So this is one way your dog is showing happiness. Thirdly, he wags a tail. He shows licking behavior. So that's how they show love whenever they see. So no matter you go 10 times out of the house, every time they will come and meet you the same way. Okay, so that's love. That's love, because that's nothing else. Yes.
And I think is it that because I have heard about other animals as well, because animals cannot communicate with us, but yes, that because through their senses or through all this energy
Yes.
transfer, they change their behavior, and that's how they
Yes.
communicate with people, right? Any specific
Yes.
thing about dogs that makes him unique from other animals? Any specific behavior or attitude or anything?
Yes. So, see, I'll not say any cats are bad or
Mm-hmm.
any other pets, birds are bad.
Mm-hmm.
So, if I tell about dogs, the loyalty is unmatched.
Mm-hmm.
So, they will go for the person if he or she feels that he's harming the partner or the owner. So that unmatched loyalty factor is missing in cats and birds, in fact.
Mm-hmm.
Animals overall are highly sensitive, but from all the animals, the dogs is the most expressive.
Acha.
It really speaks. Like
Mm-hmm.
you said that they don't speak.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they really speak. I'm
Really?
sure many of the pet parents they really speak. So you will understand once if they want to demand something, they will communicate themselves that they need this. And if you can listen to them, there is a magic that they might deliver exactly what they want. Like I know certain dogs, whenever they respond to words like leash, like going out, like
Mm.
their favorite pets, friends, if they are going to any park or something,
Mm.
the moment they listen to that word or the
Right.
moment they listen to the word treat or anything, they will react.
Mm.
So that instance is how they communicate. It's not the language. I always tell
Mm.
that it's not the language,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't find that in cats. Many times I don't find that in cats. I've been around cats
Mm-hmm.
many years,
Mm-hmm.
but dogs are highly expressive. So this is one very unique thing about dogs.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
Okay. And because when you talk about the loyalty, is it that you are saying that when if you have a dog, and if I try to hurt you, then it will bite me, right? I mean, it will
Yes.
immediately attack me,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So and I think is this is the same reason because of which like people have dogs at home, maybe not the only reason, but when
Yeah.
people put a board on their gate
Yeah.
that okay,
Beware.
beware of
Yeah.
dogs, right? So
Yes.
and that makes me think that there are different reasons why people have
Yes.
dogs, right? So some people really like pets and they really like dogs, that's why they have one. Some people probably keep it for a safety reason, right?
Yes.
uh,
Yes.
uh, okay, right, yeah, yeah, nice. And probably a silly question, Ayush. We get afraid of dogs, especially the stray dogs,
Yes.
right? And the street dogs.
Yes.
Why? And of course we have reasons to believe that okay, they we get scared, and they are very scary.
Yes.
What kind of dogs they are, like why do they bark so much, or why do they threaten us? You must have seen people
Yes.
having face accidents because of those things. So what is that behavior, or what kind of dogs are they?
Yeah.
Hmm.
So if I come to your house at 3 a.m.,
Hmm.
what will you do? I don't ring the bell. I come from the window. What will you do?
I'll attack you, or I'll go and
Exactly.
yeah, yeah,
You will protect your house,
yeah,
right?
but yeah, yeah, yeah.
It does not matter that whatever is inside the house, how big is the house,
Hmm.
but you are coming inside the property.
Hmm.
Okay, so number one is you will protect your belongings. Every human being does that. हमारी कार को कोई touch भी करता है तो we get
Hmm.
highly protective.
Hmm.
I have seen this. Even if there is not a dent, just a touch, or small kids are playing near
Scratch,
the
yeah.
car, owners will give them a warning कि इधर मेरी कार है, इधर मत करो. The same person, now the city belongs to both humans as well as animals. They will protect their territory. Dogs are territorial animals. They mark their territories, they protect their territories, they kill and get killed for their territories.
Okay.
Okay, that's the basic instinct of a pack. The pack rides together, the pack hunts together, and the pack protects the territory together. So in cities, there are certain partitions, but there are stray dogs and they have particular areas. So number one reason which you asked is why they bark and why they get aggressive sometimes. Number one is basic is the territorial. No dog is a bad dog. Secondly, you asked me why they run and why they get aggressive is during mating season. 2 times a year or 3 times a year, depends on the female's heat cycles. Pet dogs, the male dogs, they fight for the mate. So you must have seen there is a lot of dog fights before the puppy comes. Then you see many litter, same place puppies हर जगह पे हो जाते हैं cities में. Okay, so in सब area में कि इधर भी बच्चे दिए, इधर भी बच्चे दिए, इधर भी बच्चे दिए. So they, whenever the female is in heat, they compete for the mate. That's the time when male dogs get very aggressive.
Okay.
So this is one factor. Second factor is whenever the female is protecting the puppies.
Acha, okay.
Any mom will get overprotective of her kids.
Right.
So if we try to invade in their territory or we try to disrespect their space, then they will show aggression. Okay. And the third thing is what many 90% of people के जिनके पीछे कुत्ते भागे होंगे, बाइट हुए होंगे, ये रीजन में से होंगे. So sleeping dog, motion, whenever the dog sees a particular motion, it's a trigger. So sleep is a ritual. Whenever the dog gets surprised, it may show aggression. Even pet dogs do that. Pet dogs have also bitten their owners.
अच्छा.
So वो सो रहा हो और अगर साइड में से गए या कुछ पैर टच हो गया या तुरंत उठ गया तो वो डर के out of any emotion they bite the owner. So they say never disturb a sleeping dog. It's not good for them. It gives them like a shock. Right. Okay, so these are the particular reasons which I want why dogs get aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Of course, okay. And then because क्योंकि रास्ते पे जब हम डॉग्स देखते हैं, जो 4-5 एक जगह पे होते हैं, and अगर रात को 11-11:30 बजे कहीं से हम गए, तो they suddenly, and there is a particular place where you will see a group of dogs and they will run after you for some time, and then अगर आप बहुत स्पीड में चले गए तो बच गए, वरना so is it that you are passing by their territory? I mean, now we have to understand that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So in urban cities, let's say Baroda mein, when they were kids, see, out of 5 or 7 puppies which are born, only 2 of them make it. Okay, so many of their siblings or brothers sisters, they die. Whenever they get into accidents, other dogs kill them, they land up into any disease or they die. So whenever any puppy dies from accident, their siblings, they know कि ऐसी कोई गाड़ी थी कि जिसके नीचे वो आके मर गया. So that trauma, whenever they see any such vehicle or they listen any such vehicle, they see any such vehicle, they might react that way that इससे हमारा कोई sibling की death हुई थी, they caused us pain. So that's why they react many a times. And like you said that they are sitting in a groups or anything, in the night, they are the most active. They were nocturnal animals, wolves, they used to hunt in the nights. So that basic instinct is there. Many stray dogs, they protect their territories in the night. They mark all their territories. They search for food more inside there in the night. And after that, they sleep. So yeah, they are protecting their territories.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. All right. And how to get rid of this this fear or that like for me, मुझे कभी-कभी ऐसा है like I मुझे irritate तो नहीं, but I would say यार कि बहुत गंदा लगता है यार, even if it is a pet of my friend's pet, like, but I don't like to touch that, कि मुझे लगता है कि यार कितना गंदा है यार. So what I should think now to become more friendly?
Yes. See, it's a number one, it's a feeling. Don't miss that. entire life. Try to experience it.
Mm-hmm.
You will feel a lot better. It's like therapy. Try meeting animals from a safe distance and with safe animals. I know fear in humans. My mom, dad, they are highly scared of animals. Even my sister, my everyone, my entire family, they are very scared of animals. So I will not force them to meet animals, but you should experience that. So once you can just go and meet any dog, you can go to any pet cafe, any parks where there are friendly dogs. How to do it, I can tell you. So just go and stand there, no touch, no eye contact, and no word. Just stand there. Let them sniff. Don't try to touch them. Let them sniff you. Once they are okay, then you can sit somewhere. They will come on its own. If a dog wants to be petted, it will come on its own.
Acha.
Okay. Slowly address that fear. Yeah, it will come. They love people.
Okay.
So there are certain dogs, the dogs I meet, they are little bit on the behavioral side. But not all dogs have that. Dogs love petting by humans, and you should meet them. I will say you are missing out on a very nice bond in life.
Okay. Yes. And you mentioned, I mean, that's a good thing. They sniff around, right? When you are there.
Yes.
What are they doing exactly?
Yes. So dogs, always remember, dogs trust by nose, eyes, and ears.
Nose, eyes,
so
and
nose, ears. Eyes, and ears. We humans meet people by eyes,
yeah.
Then ears, and then nose. We don't sniff them.
Right.
So for a dog to trust anyone or other dog, it has to sniff first. If you have observed, they'll always sniff each other. So first a dog will sniff, and then the other dog will sniff it back. That's the time when the bonding starts. What humans, if you want, why dogs sniff more is it sends a message that how is a person, you are scared, you are an enemy, what is your nature. That sniff gives a lot of sense with a body language. So whenever I meet aggressive dogs, I make sure they sniff me more. Okay. So whenever you want to meet a dog, remember, no touch, no eye contact, and no word. Let the dog come to you and sniff first. Okay, don't directly go and touch the dog.
Okay.
Yes.
So this is like जैसे अपनी eyes की जो sense होती है, right? जो to trust and just because first we see, then only we can
yes.
the other. So for them it is sniffing, right? And
them it's sniffing. Yes.
They probably get that energy whether this person's is like a trustworthy or not. Maybe
Yes.
Like ऐसा कुछ.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that if I go with the intention of hurting a dog, of course I want to do that, but if I have that intention, and if some dog comes to me and sniff my energy, it will understand whether what intention I have come up with. Is it?
It depends on your body language. A lot depends on the body language. So action is secondary. So whenever you want to hurt him, that's secondary. But the first thing is, are you scared or are you confident? They will pick that. Even if you do any action or anything, they may fight with you or they may flight away being scared. But they don't understand that you may hurt them. Many a times dogs get fooled and they get into troubles. Okay, so it's just the energy that you are good or you are bad, they come to know sometimes. They definitely come to know.
But if I'm scared, because it's my I'm scared of dogs, so then it is actually good for the dogs, right? That I'm not going to hurt them. So
yes, it's good for them, but they like confident energy. They'll not meet you the way you want. So they may try to dominate. Many times I've seen they try to dominate if you have this fugitive energy. We call it fugitive energy. This. Okay, so always stand still. Let him be confident, and then you can proceed with a touch or anything. Let him be comfortable. Let you be comfortable. Then you can meet the dog.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Hmm. And I mean, can we say dogs are mostly predictable, or do they show some weird behavior? Is it?
Yes. So, being a dog behaviorist, I meet dogs which are predictable for me,
Hmm.
unpredictable or not understandable from the pet parent sometimes.
Hmm.
So, let's say if it's an aggressive dog, there are two ways of a behavior. In
Hmm.
any scared or aggressive dogs, there are
Hmm.
two ways.
Hmm.
Number one is a dog which is predictable, which you said कि पता ही होगा कि ऐसा ही करेगा, अभी अभी
Hmm.
काटेगा ही,
Hmm.
अभी growl ही करेगा. That is one predictable,
Hmm.
which is very safe for me to train.
Hmm.
Second is a silence behavior.
Yeah, I
He will not
mentioned.
show.
I saw that. Sorry, I saw that in your one of the reels. You mentioned that. Okay,
Yes.
something related to silence in one of the reels you had mentioned. So yeah, sorry. Please go ahead. You can explain.
Yes. So a silent dog, it can be any symptoms, but you will not come to know if it's aggressive or it's going to bite. So they are not always predictable, but you will have to understand the body language. So once you stay with the dog, once you spend time with the dog, like a pet parent or anyone, you will come to know 90% of time what the dog will be doing.
Okay.
Okay, so yes, they are predictable many a times, but there is always a reason for them to be predictable. There is no written thing that the dog will behave this way in a this condition. They are after all animals. They have their own nature, the 10%, 15% trait, which will change as per the situation. And energies. Energies is everything in the animal world.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay, and आप अभी कुछ ऐसा कुछ your live experience की जहाँ पे कोई parents ने आपको reach out किया हो because of certain behavior of dog, and what is your process, if you could explain in detail about ये एक journey पूरा.
Sure. So being a dog behaviorist, pet parents they approach me when the dog is showing certain different behavior which is not controllable. So let's say a dog is acting aggressive. It's growling at the family members. It's biting the family members. So my first question will be, when was the bite? What was the dog doing?
Right.
So I come to know many things. If it's resource guarding, they guard their resource. Many dogs do that. They get aggressive. Or it was due to on the walks. So they see another dog, they get aggressive, and you stop the fight or you try to pull, they bite you. So that is redirection aggression. So each symptom has a joining dots. It depends on the situations. So they tell me that we are facing these issues. We are not able to walk our dog. We are not able to control our dog in certain situations. We want to socialize our dog, but we can't take him on the, let's say, any outings. What to do? Many pet parents feel difficulty for making their dog sit inside the car. Okay, so I train them for certain issues. So I take a series of sessions, let's say a 5 sessions, 6 sessions, 7 sessions, and I deliberately trigger those issues. So once I see this issue, like a dog is getting aggressive when introduce certain things inside the house, like food aggression or everything, I teach them what to do during that situation. I'll give you another example. When many pet parents tell me that their dog does not sit in the car. It does not stay inside the house. Whenever we leave them, it barks, it destroys things. What to do? Okay, so these issues, what are these issues? Why they are caused? And how to correct them. Being a dog behaviorist, I teach people.
Okay, so then you have to, because first you have to be friendly with that particular pet.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And then you can do such things. You can, just teach and, okay. Right. And so, yeah, probably their behavior will give you some clues that, okay, they seek something and you are giving something else, or, they are trying to.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably like understanding a child when, he or she behaves.
Exactly. Yes.
Something weird. Right. Okay. And
so
what's
it's a dog psychology.
It's a dog psychology. And what did you study for that? Like how is it based on only on your experience, or you have studied some theory also? Like
Yes.
what? Yeah.
So, see, for me, many things have come naturally over the years. Since I was a kid, I've been looking up to Caesar Milan, if you know, is the best dog behaviorist in the world. So as a kid, I grew up seeing his episodes, the Dog Whisperer series. So that helped me initially. That okay, why the dog is doing that? I did not understand it because I never tried that practically before practicing and everything. So over the 10 or 15 years, I saw that series, and every week I started meeting dogs that way. I started that if they are biting, what to do, what not to do. Then when I was in Bangalore, I used to visit a shelter every week, where I used to learn and just observe animals, whether they are fighting during their meal times, during their more hyper excited times. So observing is a teacher for me. I'll tell you very honestly. No theory has taught me the things I've been doing right now. I have a certification, but that certification has never told me something to do things practically, because all the pet parents are different. So the pet parents are different. We humans have a different nature that is imprinted on the dog. So I'll have to understand the pet parents first, and then come to their dog's behavior. I cannot jump. I cannot skip.
Okay. Right.
Okay. So observation is my best teacher. And I've been meeting, let's say, 3 dogs a week.
3 new dogs a week. Okay.
3 new dogs a week. I don't count how many dogs I met, but for last 2 years or 1.8 years, if you ask me, I've been doing 3 to 4 dogs a week. So that is like a practical for me. It helps me a little bit in my next case. I'm still learning. I don't call myself expert.
Also. Yeah, exactly.
I'm not an expert right now. But I wish to help as many pet parents as I want to. And I could.
Of course, yes. Now, one interesting question is like, let's say a dog is behaving very cool, calm, and perfectly as per what their pet parents want. Still, how you can help them to make their bond more and more special and have that harmonious relationship between parents and pet. And so
very, very good question. Many pet parents, they approach me that koi problem nahi hai hamare dog mein, but we would like to know him more or give him a good life. Are we giving him a good life? Many pet parents ask me this. So even if I take their sessions or I don't take their sessions, I always tell that rules, boundaries and limitations for a pet or in any relationship, let's say humans or dogs, it's very important.
Right.
So rules inside the house, there has to be certain rules.
Okay.
We are social animals. Dogs are social animals. Right. There has to be a certain rules inside the house. So start practicing those rules. It can be walks on regular times, food on regular times for the dogs. Walks are very important. Don't leave the walks.
Okay.
So that's how you give love to your pet, by getting engaged in the walks. So boundaries. Teach your dog the boundaries. Like you teach your kids, teach boundaries and limitations. What he can do and what he cannot do. Talk to your dog. They will understand. It's not the language. I can speak Malayalam. I can speak Gujarati. I can speak Marathi. Dogs will understand how you speak it. It's not the words. Many a times dogs even understand the words after they pet parents spend a certain 2 years with them. But this is one thing. And what I feel every pet parent should is push your dog to grow. Give them a better life by making them learn more and more things. Dogs love tasks. They love work. So if you are just keeping them sleeping full day, just giving them food, just taking them once for a walk and just bringing them. That's not love for me. Love for me is give them their freedom in terms of growth. So yeah, this is one message which I would like to tell you also.
Sure, yeah. And that reminds me about, जो हमने मूवी में ऐसा हम देखते हैं कि जैसे they throw the ball or उसका pet लेके आएगा. So what is that exercise? What is that activity actually for dog?
Yes. So we call it fetch and play. So like I said in the starting of our talk is dogs love to follow. They like to take orders of their pack leader, and they like to impress their pack leader by loyalty, by showing loyalty.
Okay.
Third is dogs love their owner's time. In today's world, dogs don't want just touches or cuddles और वो सब उनको सब नहीं चाहिए. उनके पास बैठो, उनको सिर्फ थोड़ा ऐसा रब करो, उनके साथ थोड़ी गेम्स खेलो. Talk to them, talk to your pets. I always tell them, even if they understand no or not, they will love it. So fetch and play is an exercise. It's also instinct that dogs love to play. When they were with siblings, now they are not with siblings, they are with our human family. So we'll have to engage them.
Yeah. Just to keep them busy in some activity and right. Yeah. Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, I got to learn so many things from you, man.
Thank you.
No, I mean that actually reduces little bit of my fear also, anxiety also about dogs. I'll probably prepare myself to meet one pet, then like my friend's pet. That's it. Okay. What else, Ayush, you would like to share about dogs or anything which I might have missed to ask you?
Yes, so I loved your talk show's name firstly.
Oh, thank you.
So extreme gratitude. All my life, I may feel that I post a lot about animals for last 6 to 7 years. There is only one purpose for that. I want animals to be conveyed in a right way. There are many cruelty cases which we see. There are many deaths of animals which we see, which are not accidental deaths or anything. Animals are killed in many ways. I'll not get into all that, but there is a very special side of animals which I want to convey. So I'm blessed that I have certain influence over that factor, and I always tell that if you want to love animals, just don't show love. Try to help. Try to take a stand whenever you can. It's not कि आप केस करो किसी पे, पुलिस में जाओ, किसी को everyday खाना दो, नहीं. It's not. A smallest effort, just like putting a water bowl in the summer outside your window pane. Just do that. You will see 2 to 3 birds, squirrels, and everyone will come. Okay, so that small, it's their world also. Consider, I want from your channel also, I would like to tell, I would like to share this message also.
Yeah.
I request little tolerance. It's okay if you are scared. If it's okay if you don't like animals. It's okay if you are not knowledgeable about animals. You don't know how to handle. You don't want to handle them. I want just tolerance and teach your next generation that. Okay, it will solve many things. Tolerance is a big factor.
Yeah. No, sure.
Yes.
And in fact, एक चीज मुझे just because you explained so many things, मुझे ऐसा लगा कि जो हमारे street dogs हैं like उनका behavior थोड़ा कभी-कभी aggressive होता है और probably नहीं भी होता, but हमें ऐसा लगता है कि they will come and bite us, और हम mostly ऐसा ही करते हैं कि हट और like हम
पत्थर मारते हैं.
What is the alternative for this?
See, I go to schools also sometimes. I meet kids. I take sessions for my clients. Firstly, we need to erase the practice of throwing stones. So, अगर मैं आपको every time I see you, next time, if I throw stones at you, I don't know you, but you are a human. I don't know if you are a good human or a bad human, irrespective of that. My parents have told me to throw stone at you. I will throw that for, if I'm till 11 years, 12 years, 15 years, till I get that sense कि okay, हम लोग पत्थर क्यों मार रहे हैं? Okay, so number one, let's stop this practice of throwing stones at pets. They get irritated that we are triggering a wrong behavior. In dog psychology or in pet behavior training, we call it negative reinforcements. So you are punishing a dog for doing something wrong by punishing it in a worst way.
In a negative, yeah.
So but there are many ways. You don't have to throw stones. You don't need that hatred.
So probably कुछ connection गया था शायद बीच में.
Yes. Yeah.
So what I was saying कि I think शायद ज्यादातर human like intentionally नहीं throw करते stones या फिर ऐसा hurt वाला behavior नहीं करते, but because they get scared कि ये हमें bite ना कर ले, right?
Yes.
So now मुझे ऐसा कभी भी लगता है कि लोग अपनी जगह पे भी शायद सही ही है, but yes, I want to know the reality or some truth which you can share based on your experience.
Yes. So see, fear is very normal in humans. So right education, try to understand why dogs are doing that. If you know what's the problem and how will be the reactivity, you can have it. But people don't think कि dogs क्यों दौड़ रहे. If you try something, I'll tell you to experience also. Whenever dogs run behind you, just stand. It may sound very illogical for me to tell, but it's the motion which is triggering it more. Okay, just stop your vehicle or just don't raise it, just stand. They will go. There are many videos also made for that, many experiments also done for that. But dogs don't come to bite you. They get scared and then they try to protect you. And the last thing is the bite. Bites don't happen 90% of times. Okay, it's always a charge and the scare, but many dogs bite. Yes, dogs also bite. Many times people are not at fault, but overall as a generation, if we try to gain little bit more awareness for stray dogs, we will be able to solve these problems. I don't want anyone to get hurt, even the humans as well as the dogs. It feels very sad whenever I listen kids getting mauled by dogs, kids getting killed by dogs. It's not a good thing, but there is a reason for that, and I request everyone to just research on that reason. I am not telling you that reasons. I want people to understand that fact and then take probable steps for it.
Okay.
Yes.
That helps, Ayush. Yes. And yeah, I mean, thank you, Ayush, for sharing all these details. I mean, it is a good start for me, at least, I would say. Okay.
Thank you. Yes.
You have, I can say, you have tried to, shift some thoughts of at least 1%, me, about dogs.
I'll be very glad.
So thank you for your this knowledge and whatever information that you shared. So yeah, I would love to discuss and have a second session with you on probably when we go into the, because you are expert, I would say, into this, and you are a dog behaviorist, so you must be knowing more than what we discussed, right? So but yes, I would. Is there any other thing that you are passionate about apart from dogs? Is there any other animal that you are excited to explore or have some understanding?
Yes. So see, last 7 to 8 years, my favorite animal has been the snake.
Oh, is it?
It's one of the most misunderstood species, and I've been very lucky to rescue and handle many snakes and help them as species. And my main goal is conservation. I would like to educate people about snakes. There was a notion that seeing a snake, people kill the snake. The same snakes, if we see inside the temple, we bow down. Okay, so that explains a lot. If they see the same snake inside their house, they kill it. So I want to change that, and many villages where we go, we give talks, we rescue snakes, we show them that it's not harmful. Many snakes are harmful, they kill people, but again, if awareness and care is taken, snake bites can be reduced. So one of my favorite animals is the snake. I have been lucky, I have been handling many snakes. And for me, the best animal, my favorite animal is the tiger. Okay, so for me, he is the king of the jungle. I am telling this on Lions Day, unfortunately. But for me, the tiger is the ultimate predator.
Okay. I would love to have a next, at least I can request you for next 2 conversation, one on snakes and one on tiger.
Sure, definitely.
But you're like you're mostly active into dogs behavior and all. But whenever you get time, you also try to explore about snakes and tigers as well.
Yes. Right? So in my free time, I work with an NGO also. So I get calls like, आपके घर पे suppose snake आ रहा है, बारिश की season है. Then my NGO gives the calls to me, and I go and I rescue the snake.
Oh, you rescue the snake. Okay.
Yes, I rescue the snake. I handle snakes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in fact, what I was thinking that, okay, you rescue the people there, or like rather.
No. People are very dangerous. Animals are very easy. I tell that many a times as a joke, but animals are comparatively easy. They either kill or they either run away. They don't have any between notion. People are dangerous.
Okay. Yeah, either flight or fight response, Yes. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. बहुत मजा आया आयुष. Thank you so much, man. Thank you for giving your time, and I wish maximum लोगों ये interview देखेंगे, सुनेंगे, and at least कुछ लोगों का perception change हुआ है, so probably that will help, including me. So yes, Aayush, thank you so much for your time, and I wish you all the luck, and especially you be an instrument in transforming this animal's life. You help them in so many ways, and you continue to serve your purpose in more than one way, right? So thank you, and I wish you all the luck.
Thank you so much, Advait. And I would also like to add,
yes,
you are doing something very commendable.
Thank you.
Because in the fast-paced life, we don't thank enough. I've observed that. We are not, I'll be very honest with you. I've been very honest in my life. We are very sugar-coated people, and we forget we are running a race so badly that we forget to thank people and thank and appreciate the work for many things.
Right.
It's just not appreciating, but to also know many things. So very good concept. I really loved the concept as soon as I heard the concept. It was perfectly. I checked your profile later.
Okay. Yeah.
It was. It's a very good concept, and keep pushing it. I wish you the best also.
Thank you, Aayush. Thank you for appreciating my work, and thank you for your time, Aayush, once again. Bye.
Yes. Yeah. Bye, Advait. Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good night.